I'm Nellie Sciutto,
And I'm Jill Bandemer.
and you're watching Coffee Talk. So, Jill, what a different world we live in now, where we are coming at each other via Skype in a split screen. It's not the same as we usually do it, but these are the rules that have been laid down to us, right?
It is such a different time. It is so crazy. Absolutely never predicted this in a million years. But we're making do. Thank God for the internet.
Exactly. We're making do, and I'm very impressed with how people are just, they're having Zoom cocktail hours. People are really pitching in. And one of the fascinating topics to me is Hollywood and how they're handling the situation. I feel like what they're doing is prepping for a big boom afterwards. I just talked to a couple of writers. They're still in development deals. They're writing away. They're getting notes. A lot of casting people are doing. I'm getting a lot of requests to do a general audition that you tape on your own and send in, so that they can start looking through their files and remembering people to call in when everything's over. What about you? You're still conducting casting sessions, right?
I do casting, and I'm still casting right now. I typically use Skype and FaceTime and to cast. So this is kind of what I'm used to, but boy, it's opened up a whole different world, for everybody, where you have to do everything remotely. So it is, I think people are just trying to stay productive. Because I think the worst thing is, like, during this is just to try to, you just start thinking too much, or it's just to keep yourself busy, like, and feel productive. I think that's the key.
It's true. And with our eyes on the prize of opening back up again, and this is affecting everyone around the world. So we're saying hello to all of you out there, and hello. We wanted to talk about how we know it's a prevalent disease, but it's very interesting when you start to see how many celebrities have contracted the coronavirus, because I guess just because it means anybody can get it, right?
Yep. I have to say, I think I'm in Los Angeles, and I just feel like we were taking it seriously, but maybe not as much as until when Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson got it. When they were, the minute that came out, I was like, this is super serious. And I know they were in Australia, and I think that made it even where you're like, wow, this is happening all over right now. And then the basketball players and whatnot.
Yes, Kevin Durant. That was really interesting how it spread. If you think about it with basketball, of course, everybody's touching the ball. That it could be pretty easy to catch. And I've noticed that in Los Angeles and other cities, people were trying to play tennis for a while. I'm a tennis player, and I thought that's not too smart because the ball still.
I'm so sorry. I had a little timer going off on my phone.
So I've just noticed that a lot of people we're trying to play tennis. And I thought, well, that's not really good because the ball's hitting the ground and it's hitting somebody else and people are touching it and they're picking up the balls. We all know if you play tennis, you've got to pick up the balls. So, it's interesting. But back to Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, they listened, they paid attention. And what I loved is that they shared with the world what they were going through. They put themselves on air right away, and not in an obnoxious way, but in a sharing way, to say, this is what we're doing. We're going into quarantine for 14 days here in Australia. When they came back to the U.S., they did the same thing. They just made a point of giving us a little journey through what it's like, and it made it a little less scary.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, they're like national treasures. So it was just like, you better sit up and take notice. And, and I agree. Like, they followed, like, we're getting new information every single day. And I think, like, it's like all of us are going back to school in more ways than one. I know you are, for sure, because you have a son at home. But this is a whole new education for us. Like, I have never paid attention more so to, the medical side of things as I have now, because I'm like, okay, they say to do this or they say not to do that, whatever we're supposed to do. So just following everybody's lead and just trying to, like, get through this and survive through this, but, just try to make sure everybody's safe through this.
Yes, and it's gone. I was thinking about England as well. In England, they've been hit very hard, and Idris Elba was the first celebrity to come out in England to say that he had it. With his wife in the background. I haven't seen any update on that, but I did notice she was sitting right next to him the entire time he was on Zoom or Skype. And I thought, oh, That's probably not a good idea. So, but it may have been too late. Obviously, if he already had it and she was exposed, you see that. So I don't know if he's better yet. Have you heard any news on him?
I actually haven't. I'm hoping no news is good news because I don't think we've heard that anything's gotten worse, but I think he tested for it. Because I do know some people that, thank God, that tested positive for it, just stayed in quarantine and they've been fine. Like they made it out of quarantine and, they did have significant others and stuff and they've made it out of it. Fine.
Well,
So,
Boris Johnson, the PM of England, has had it, and notably so because he was hospitalized. He was not ventilated, which is a big deal. But that scared me a little bit when one of the leaders of the free world got it. But he just seems he's recovering from what I've heard, and I think it's interesting how celebrities, aside from sharing their experience with us, are also contributing to make people smile. They're doing videos. Pink and her 3-year-old son had it. They're making a point of giving $1 million to help people in need. Who else have you heard about who's doing a good
Matthew
thing?
McConaughey is doing bingo with like senior citizens, or it's just like I mean, he's giving back. He always is just such a all right, all right, all right. Like he just makes everything all right, and I
Yeah.
think that's amazing. But you are exactly right. Like people are contributing. Andrea Bocelli is doing like some type of a concert. Like all these people doing these beautiful concerts are just the cast from Hamilton. I have yet to see Hamilton, and I really want to see Hamilton because they have done so many things online that just make you go, okay, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
just it's very touching. I feel.
Really is, because I think in this crisis, a lot of people are joining together, and Hollywood is a good example of that. And I feel like they're keeping up a good attitude as well. And I need a little positivity when there's all that news out there. I like my Hollywood news. I like to hear that things are going well because, we watch the movies and TV shows to escape. And I'm watching a lot of them right now. I don't know about you.
Oh my gosh. I have just thank God for TV shows. Thank God for TV shows that just we can't go to the beach here. So I think I've been texting and emailing Nellie and telling her my new favorite show is Grace and Frankie. And it has first of all, they're treasures as well. Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin. But that show, they have this beautiful beach house. And so we can't go to the beach here in California, like, following the rules. But it's just because that's where it's a great way to escape if you're stressed out. But we can't. Like, it's not even worth going near there and stuff.
But you certainly feel like you're getting away when you get to watch a show and experience that. And
Yes.
even the old classic movies, I'm turning back to the old classic movies right now because you realize that after the Great Depression, movies were so huge, people wanted to just escape to the movies. So I think the entertainment industry is going to come back with a bang after this crisis. So, guys, we're going to keep you posted on all kinds of topics and keep you informed about what's going on here in Hollywood. So I'm Nellie Sciutto,
I'm Jill Bandemer.
and you've been listening to Coffee Talk. We'll see you next time.
Bye.